Thank you, Finton. Some amazing insights about the birth of the new Rolls-Royce Dawn from the senior team here at Rolls-Royce Motor Cars. Welcome back to the home of Rolls-Royce, and as you can see, we are sitting in the beautiful customer centre, where many Rolls-Royce customers come to take delivery of their cars. Before we begin the live Q&A sessions, I wanted to draw to your attention that the fact that all the collateral you need, including the press packs in multiple languages, images and B-roll, are now available for you to download from this microsite. You can either click on the link below this iframe if you can't wait, but if you can, wait until the broadcast is ended and the site will refresh and the content will appear. Now, as we promised you at the top of the show, this is you, the media's opportunity to have the questions you've been submitting on this website over the last 24 hours answered by Torsten. If we don't get to your specific questions in the allotted time, you will receive, I promise, an answer from the Rolls-Royce communication team. So, Torsten, a few lucky customers have had a sneak preview at the Dawn. What has their reaction been?
Same reaction as you, Jodie. Overwhelmed by the car. Many of our clients already sat in the car. They didn't have the chance to drive it,
right.
But the reaction is outstanding, and we have already quite a nice order book on our hands.
Fantastic. Right, so we're going to go to our first question from Manu Pramad, who's all the way over in Malaysia. And he says, we too are quite excited that this is the first online launch in the brand's history. But why have you chosen to go online?
We have chosen that kind of unveil this time for two reasons. One reason is when you look into the worldwide media landscape, you see that there's much more happening in the meantime, blogging, online, networking and all that stuff, and we have talked to many of the journalists, the colleagues worldwide, and many of them are very interested in these kind of broadcasting. And the second reason, of course, is that when you look into our customer base is getting younger and younger and younger, global people used to interactive communication, used to all kind of tabloids, whatever. So for them it is as well a must to create what I would call an unveil in a true global sense, what we are doing here today. And number three, let me add that, I think an unveil at a motor show is fine, but is in my view not any longer sufficient worldwide to really get all the interests together we see from journalists to come, but also from our customers.
Yeah, absolutely, moving with the times. So, next question from Nandini Sengupta, who is from The Times in India. The luxury car market is moving increasingly towards China and the rest of Asia. How important is that shift for Rolls-Royce?
I mean, for us it is important to be globally well balanced, let me say it that way. I think we are not putting all our eggs in one basket, but of course Asia is important. Everybody knows what's currently happening in the Chinese market, contraction of the luxury business for many, many reasons. I don't want to go on that now. But of course, Asia is important for us. In particular, let me say that India is, of course, due to a long-standing tradition we have in that market, very, very important for us as a brand.
Yeah, absolutely. I just have to say we're getting hundreds and hundreds of questions in, so I'm trying to scroll through them. Right, we've got one from Zhao Yibo from Motor Trend in China. The contemporary Rolls-Royce legend has been built on a marriage of heritage and innovation. So what has been inherited and what has been created in the new Dawn?
It's a very good question. Both is extremely important for us as a brand, knowing that the brand is over 112 years old, but of course it can't be only heritage. So out of heritage is the name. Dawn is a name used also in the past for Rolls-Royce motor cars. And of course, the other side is the innovation part. And what you have seen here from my colleague Philip Köhn, but also from Giles Tyler, is that we have put lots of innovations into that car, particularly all around the four-seating of this car. So rest assured, this is a truly innovative car.
Fantastic. Okay, so we've got one actually from Robin Montague, who's from Spirit FM. That's our local radio station here. And he says, how will the introduction of the latest model affect the Rolls-Royce factory at Goodwood on its workers and the local community?
I think everybody knows that we are truly committed here to Britain. I mean, Rolls-Royce is an integral part of Britain, and an integral part also for our success is to be British. And for that reason, we are fully committed here to Goodwood. And everybody who has followed us here over the last couple of years has seen what kind of investments happened here down in Goodwood. We have recently opened up our technology and logistics center close by here. So for that reason, rest assured, also Dawn, of course, will be built here in the beautiful space of Goodwood.
Fantastic. Okay, next question from Jens Dralle from Auto, Motor und Sport, which you might know.
Herr Dralle, hallo. Freut mich, dass Sie uns hier zuschauen.
Well, there we go, directly. So he says, what potential does Rolls-Royce see in the segment of four-seater cabrios?
We see very good potential in that. That's the reason why we've built this car, of course. One reason is that we build a true four-seater, that we are convinced that you need to offer also more space in the back room of the car. This car gives 4 adults plenty of room to enjoy themselves in driving this car on a beautiful coastline or whatever. And it is what we call the most social Rolls-Royce ever built. And for that reason, it is very important for us to have a true four-seater. Rolls-Royce is always about what I would call definitely not cramped environments, but spacious environments. And this car is a true four-seater and not a 2+2, as many, many other cars we all know in this segment, where you normally can only squeeze maybe children into the back. Here,
certainly not me.
2 adults, and also you will sit properly in the back of the Dawn.
Right, fantastic. Right, okay, so next one, we've got a journalist in Newport Beach in California. I understand that the US is your largest market. Do you expect the West Coast, which is where they're from, to be a natural habitat for the Dawn?
The US is a very important market for us. It is our #1 market for years, and will also continue to be our #1 market for the next years. So for that reason, you can really expect that Dawn will see a stunning reception also by our US customers, in particular all these lovely spots like California, like Florida, where the sun is out. This will be truly the spot for Dawn. And I mean, imagine this lovely car, to sit in this lovely car and to cruise down the Pacific coastway and highway is the best on earth.
Absolutely. I've driven it many times. It's beautiful. So, right, that's it from our questions. We really have had so many, but I just wanted to ask one for myself. I mean, how important is this day been for you?
I mean, for us, it is very important. You can imagine we were working on this beauty here for years. It is that a dream comes true now, launching this car into the world. And that's the reason why we have also chosen that format here. So we were all very excited. We are probably even more excited next week when we launch it again in Frankfurt at the Motor Show. Yeah. So we are proud, very proud to have this car here now within Rolls-Royce Motor Cars.
Fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Torsten. And ladies and gentlemen, that is all we have time for today on this truly momentous day for Rolls-Royce Motor Cars. Thank you for joining us online from around the world on this historic day at the home of Rolls-Royce at Goodwood. But from us, thank you very much and goodbye.